Hey everybody, this is Rob Gauthier, the ET Whisperer. The ET Whisperer is a beautiful name that was brought forward by myself and Kalina as we kind of co-created and played around. And the reason we brought that name forward is because I, in the last 7 years of channeling, have channeled over 100 ET consciousnesses. Now, this video coming up is the monthly channeling special that we do on the first Wednesday of every month on my radio show, The Enlightenment Evolution Hour. And the reason that we do this show every month is because we believe that people who do not have financial abundance should still have access to the information. So what we're doing is every month we're doing this radio show so that you guys can call in and ask your questions to Treb and Aridif. This specific radio show is very important to the ET Whisperer concept because it has, I believe, 3 or 4 different entities that were brought forward as counterparts of people who are asking the question. We have a lot of different consciousnesses that come in and out, so it's not just Treb, it's not just Aridif, it's not just Metatron or the Nihal, or any of the entities I channel on a more regular basis. The entities brought forward are ones that are part of your soul. So we want you to enjoy the October channeling special for the Enlightenment Evolution Hour, and we also want you guys to feel free to call in on the first Wednesday of every month to the radio show. If you go to the Enlightenment Evolution Hour page on Facebook, you'll have the opportunity to see the links. And the first Wednesday of every month, if you go there about 30 minutes before the show, the link will be up and ready for you to be able to call in or listen to the link live. If you call in, you can have your questions asked, and maybe an entity from your oversoul will come through in the same way. This is a great reflection of the free work that we do for people who cannot afford, and we hope that this excites you, and we hope more than anything that those who don't have the financial abundance are able to learn financial abundance, and this is kind of why the opportunity lies there. If you're struggling with that and you want to be able to afford all the great things that you love in life, then call in and ask how. Call in and ask what's blocking that. I hope you guys enjoy. Kalina Angell and myself brought this work for you guys this month so that you guys can experience whatever it is that excites you in asking the questions to Treb, Aridif, and any of the entities that I've been able to channel throughout the years. So enjoy, guys. We love you very much, and thank you for the support of our work.
Greetings to you all. This is Aridif, that is Aridif, and this is its spell. We know that many of you have many queries in this evening, but before we address the queries, we must address 2 things. First of all, it is always the utmost importance in our perception to express the concept that you are loved. And all of you have heard this concept is separate from I love you. I love you is a division of 2 entities that separates and segregates consciousness. But when you are loved, all things that are loved, the universe itself, all entities, soul essence, whether known conventionally through the mental status or not, send the essence of love for you to accept or deny. You may do with it what you wish. Secondly, within the first portion, we must also express to Kalina, greetings, and you are loved.
Oh, thank you, Aridif. You are loved too, and I am always deeply excited whenever you and Treb are on air and when I get to chat with you guys.
Yes, we understand your excitement also. Let us, before we take the queries, step into the second portion of what we wish to express in this day. You understand
Absolutely.
that in this month you have had a great deal of adversities, a great deal of energetic assimilance within your own consciousness, but also in your external environment. The external environment seems to be a bit chaotic, to say the least, within most of your environments. Even those of you who have seemingly calm surroundings are also finding inner excitement and inner chaos. In the inner chaos, manifesting to the outward chaos, you see a bridge between. And this is what this period is meant to express. It is meant to show you how your thoughts create this reality. Now, we have expressed previously that this month is something that will be a bit more calming than the last. That in your own connection, you'll find yourself reconnecting to old energies. Now, some of you are expressing the old energies that you are seeing around you. Why would they revisit me when I have left those energies from my experience in order to manifest something new? But what most of you do not consider while you are thinking this is the concept that the old energies must revisit to show you how much of your beliefs have changed, to show you how much your perception is shifted, and to show you what in your excitements can still be manifested forward if you stick to either your old beliefs or new ones. Letting go of resistance within all beliefs is what allows you the infinite probabilities of manifesting all things. To keep yourself within those probabilities is to remind yourself the pure creator that you are. We thank all of you. You are loved, and you may begin your queries at your leisure.
Thank you so much, Aridif.
Yes, you are loved.
You are loved too. I was just going to ask you more about this month. So it's amazing that you started off with that. I just out of curiosity, are the September energies kind of moving into October, or are they kind of tapering off? Because you said it would be calming, but I personally feel, and everybody I know around me that I've spoken to about it still feels that September energy is still within October, and I was wondering when that might kind of start smoothing out a bit, as you were talking about the calming.
Yes, we understand in the first half of this month that you deem as October will be filled with the repercussions of all of the energies from the end of last. So when you are looking at the end of that month, whenever you begin to falter with what you know is true or what you believe is there, all of those energies come rippling forward in to the very end of the first week of this month. So as you are approaching the end of the second week, you will start to see the energies dropping down in the intensities. And let us express, for some of you, the energies will continue with the intensity if you have not looked at yourself deeply and honestly. And if you look at yourself in both a deep and honest fashion, what you will realize, the intensity is not intensity at all. It is the representation of what we have expressed from the beginning of September, even the end of the month before. What we express is that combining the concepts of both your sexuality and abundance will show you a pathway. What is the major theme throughout all of your experience in September? It is show you what you have, what you can have, what your role is within your sexual energy, not just the sex itself, but also the concept of your masculine and feminine fold. And as you continue into this month, you will see all of the ripplings from the previous, and as you enter the beginning of your second week of this month, it will begin lowering, but also you will be revisited by the old energies as we have expressed previously, and with this, we hope that this helps you.
Yes, and what did you say the purpose for the old energies were?
It is a great deal of purposes, but to put it most simply, for brevity's sake, what we can tell you is this, that in the concept of revisiting old energies, it allows you to see how far your beliefs have shifted. When you have an old entity that was once your boyfriend or girlfriend or dear friend of yours revisit you, you see a lack of resonance with him, yet still, what does this show you? That the reason you disconnected was therefore the reason, because you were changing, they were not, or both of you were changing in different directions. That still applies, but it is even more frustrating to deal with him in that moment because you've shifted even further away from one another. It shows you your old energies in the face of yourself in order to perpetuate your new beliefs or your shifted beliefs into this reality. And every time that you visit the past, it is a great reminder to see what either in the future you wish to adjust or what you have adjusted already. Be easy upon yourselves. It is easy to judge yourself when you are dealing with old energies. It brings you back to the mindset of old style of life where judgment is at every corner for every decision and every thought and every idea. once the relaxation comes, you'll find your freedom there. And we thank you.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much, Aridif. I know for me that brings me great comfort, and I thank you for that. And
Yes.
I'm going to begin opening up the lines. Let's see, our first caller on the line is from the 516 area code. Who do we have with us this evening?
Hello?
Hi. Hi, you're on
Hi.
air.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Okay, so I have a question for whoever can answer this best. I was told that if an alcoholic restores the alpha, then alpha-theta pathways, that they will cease to drink alcohol, or they will not want to as much. Is there a way to expedite achieving this, and would it work for my daughter? I don't know if she's got a breakable contract, and how do you break it if she does?
Yes, first of all, this is one tool to use to help assist an alcoholic into recovery or into sobriety, but it is not one size fits all. Consciousness is not one size fits all in any matter. Just as you feel different in your sexual nature than the person standing next to you, and then the partner across from you, all of you have a difference within your own thought process, emotions, feelings, connections. The difference is fundamental in consciousness and the way you manifest your reality. So, when you are looking at this concept, yes, it can help. Yes, you can expedite that process in many formats, using a binaural meditation that allows the emphasis of status state will be one that helps occur. We understand through Rob's own mindset and experience that the EquiSync manifestational technology allowed him to go into theta state very deeply, very quickly. And in that conscious shift, it allowed him to open up many conscious doors. For instance, within your daughter's sake, it could help, but it is only a probability. There must be a great belief system within her. There must be an opening to any concept that will help allow opening that doorway. Now, when you express that your desire is to see your daughter become well, what we can suggest to you is that by all people around her not seeing her as well already has caused an initial portion of her consciousness to begin to fight backwards within all of your presence. What we are saying is that by seeing someone as not good, by seeing someone, for instance, who has heart failure, or who is an alcoholic, or who is perhaps a chronic thief, all of these symptoms, you see them as not well, but what you are doing is shifting into a reality where their wellness will not occur because you continuously see and project that energy into those entities. So mind yourself that when you are connecting to your daughter, the idea of all the entities who are within her support system must see her as well already. That will be the way for you to shift into a version where your daughter can become as you have already seen her. Now, let us get into perhaps the more energetic portions of this concept. Within her own ability from shifting from alpha to theta state in the mind or in the brain consciousness itself, that has an affectability of 51%. It is slightly more than the other ways because it is one concept that you have a great deal of belief in. You are co-creating this experience by sharing your own energy and love and sharing the ideal. The more that you can express that it is a useful tool, the higher the percentage and probability. If that does not work, if she cannot accept this concept, if she throws this concept behind her and ignores it and places more of belief systems in front of her that disallows that connection to come through, then what you are left with is expressing the concept of many different formats to her if she desires to quit. If she is only telling you that she desires to quit because that is what you want to hear, then the process will be much longer. By seeing an entity who is connected to addiction of drug or alcohol, by co-creating an experience with that entity of unconditional love and compassion, as you have given great deals of, that is the greatest way. And what we can assure you of is that if this entity continues using for another 10 years, yes, we understand health can be detrimental, relationships can be detrimental, but if that were the reality that you are stepping into, that lesson of 10 years of not having sobriety is important for her to experience. Honoring and respecting the journey of all those entities is one that can help you really greatly. Now, we understand that you are experiencing that desire to a great need, but by expressing your desire with a great deal of expectations, if she does not, it will not be good. If she does, she can do it in this way. That will only disallow her portion of the co-creation to go through certain channels. So if you were to use, for example, only the alpha to theta state or only intervention will work, then all of the other millions of probabilities of other things that could help her will be lessened in their ability to have a probability that is worth going through for her co-creative consciousness. So allowing the concept of her being happy, her being well, regardless if it is with alcohol or without, that will open up a great many doors where her power to co-create will mix with your desire for the wellness to happen, seeing her as well, and then it will co-create a much greater experience in our perception. And we thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. And thank you, Aridif, very much for your answer. You guys are awesome. And let's see, I have our next caller is coming from area code 914. Who do we have with us this evening?
Maybe that's me.
That's you? That's you.
Oh, I'm so excited to be talking to you and Aridif. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for calling.
Oh, I've learned of Rob's work and Treb only in August, and I feel like I'm running out of things to listen online. So I had to call and make my first question. But maybe this question, I think that usually Treb is the one who answers since it's a personal reading.
Yes, if you wish to speak to Treb Bor Yit NE, we will connect you. One moment, please.
Thank you, Aridif.
Yes, you are loved.
Yes, and just so you know, we will be having more material coming out soon. So you have plenty to listen.
Oh, and as soon as possible, I will have my personal session.
Oh, absolutely.
Good evening, Kalina.
Good evening, Treb. Always wonderful to hear your voice.
Yes, it is very exciting to speak to all of you in this evening. You may begin with your questions whenever you are ready.
Good evening, Treb.
Yes,
it was great talking to you.
Yes, it is very exciting to speak to you as well.
Treb, since it's the first time I talk to you, I would like a personal reading. I feel I have experiencing a lot of synchronicity, and I believe I have some entity, someone near me, and I was wondering which way I could get more in touch, in contact. If you have any specific exercise, anything tailored for me, or tell me who is this one, who is this closest to me, that would be wonderful.
Yes, there are 3 entities that are connecting to you in this moment. 2 of them have been with you for more than 3 years. One of them has been with you in the last 4 months of your time. In those concepts, the 3 entities that are connecting to you, the one that has been with you in the shortest level of time, that entity is a humanoid entity that is from the Antares region. Then the 2 entities that are longer and more deeply connected with you for longer periods of time, those entities are 2 different entities. One of them is human by nature or humanoid. The other is what you would call an avian-humanoid hybrid. And both of these entities come from a star that is within your Hercules constellation, one that does not know the name to the star as you are only using it as an NCG category star, but both of these entities are from the same 3-star system, that is, each one having their own planet around one of the 3 stars. In the 3-star system, there is a large blue star. There are 2 stars that are similar to yours. One of them is about 4 times bigger than Earth, and this is where the humanoid entity lives, or 4 times bigger than the solar system sun. The other is from an area that is approximately 1.5 size of your own star. This entity is what you would perceive as the avian-human hybrid. Which of these 3 do you wish to get a specific message from?
I'm sorry? The one who's been the closest? You said is the one for 4 months?
Yes, that entity is one that has been connected to very deeply in this moment. One moment and we will connect you from the human entity from Antares. One moment.
Thank you.
Greetings, greetings, dear friend, greetings to you. We have been with you for a short time. We know that you are connected to us. What I want to share with you, the power of Antares, is one that is strongly connected to your Earth, one that has been connected for several thousand years in your history. But the reason I reach out today to you is for this purpose alone, that in the last 4 of your incarnations you have been within communication of those of us from Antares, and Antares and your energy are so tightly bound and so closely connected that you share more than just lineage of connection with. You share a certain part of our collective consciousness that, loosely translated, would be called the center crystal. The center crystal is a part of our own consciousness that is in the middle planet of the 7. It is the 4th planet. It is entirely made of a surface of crystal with water above it. This is the crystal center of our galactic place in our own solar system. And the reason that this planet is so important, the reason this energy is so important, is because this is our own manifestation of centralized integration of technology and consciousness. We are one race of over 20 that exist in this star system. Our race is responsible for the upkeeping of the physical central crystal. This central crystal feeds the technology of 14 of the races within our system. Our system also works with Earth consciousness to share information in an archive. What I want to share with you is that in your last 3 lives, your archives have been deeply connected from your heart to your crown chakra, that when you are able to tap into those both at the same time, you can access a great deal of our archives. One of the purposes of your coming to Earth in this life was to be able to open bridges from the Antares crystal center to the Earth collective, so that all entities on your planet can be connected to our wisdom, connected to our heart. You are right now working with 38 other beings on the planet. All of you are sinking into the alignment of the central crystal of our system. I am giving you the information so that you know that if your excitement is to help bring this information and link to Earth, that you can open a part of it by connecting your crown, chakra, and heart. Using that connection, we have a certain level of patterns for you to repeat. Feel your heart, feel your crown, place these patterns in a row in your mind. First is the triangle. The triangle is blue. Second, it is the hexagon, which is six-sided. When you look at the six-sided, it is indigo. Then you work with the 10-sided object, and the 10-sided object, which we are not presently aware of the name that your race uses for this, but that is white. And then you will use the 20-sided object in a silver color. Use those in a row to help activate the openness from the central crystal of Antares into your planet's consciousness and co-create a bridge of understanding and unlocking of both of our energy systems. We hope that you find this message well. We will continue to repeat this message for the next 3 months until we are sure that you have received it. Continuing through your dream state, continuing through your non-conscious mind. We send you this. We thank you for this. We also thank all agencies who have worked to gather this message and direct it toward the planet Earth for you. Thank you. We leave you. We are now greeting the central crystal of our heart and crown to the central heart of your crystalline crown. Regards to all, peace to all, love to all to all, disconnection. Yes!
Wow.
We hope that this is a very exciting concept and one that helps guide you within your own connection to your own entities within your higher self.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Thank you, Treb, and what beautiful guides. Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, and very exciting as well.
Thank you so much, Treb.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always floored. It's always fun to listen to new beings. Well, new to us than we've known before. Hi, Aridif. I can tell you're back in.
Yes, we are back without hesitation or delay. This is Artif.
Hello, Aridif. Well, I'm looking at the time, so I won't talk too much. I'm going to take our next caller for you. Our next caller is the 516 area code.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm great.
And who do we have with us this evening?
It's Nancy.
Nancy. Welcome. Did you have a question for Treb Bor Yit?
Yes, I have a question. I don't care who answers it. Can you tell me, what does it mean? What are the bodies in stasis? I know that I have a body in stasis in Andromeda and Orion, but what exactly does that mean?
Yes, first of all, let us express to you what it means to connect to the knowledge of having these bodies within stasis. All of you come from an oversoul that has huge amounts of different consciousnesses throughout the galaxy, and although you see them to appear from only your Earth lineage, this is not correct for many of you. As you understand, as you are looking out to extraterrestrial races, what you are seeing are often future versions of humans. So as you are connecting outward, looking into the concept of both Andromeda and Orion, there are many different versions of humanity, different versions of humans who have left within your linear future what we would perceive as a different format of time in the now moment. So as you are looking into this consciousness, you are perceiving both of these physical bodies, and what they are two entities within your oversoul that have given up their physical body in order to break their consciousness down and manifest it into different realities. The both of these entities that you are perceiving and connecting to have actually taken their consciousness and fractalized it into the Earth Collective. So there are 17 different entities for the Orion consciousness. The physical body that is there was broken up 17 times to go into the Earth Collective, both at different points in your linear history, both in different varieties of life form, both human and animal alike. The other consciousness, in a similar format, has broken their cells down in 37 times, the majority of them being humans, most of them in your linear past. There are a few that are in your linear future, and there is one animal within this, but also in your linear future. So what you are seeing is a representation of two physical entities that left the physical consciousness out of their body in order to experience multiple Earth experiences at once. This is what now most of you commonly call starseeds. They are disembodied entities having the Earth experience in many different varieties in order to understand a portion of what you would perceive as their own linear past, their lineage of Earth humanity being brought forward and broken apart backwards into time to experience the greatest aspects of all things within themselves, but also the greatest aspects of what the Earth experience has to give to you. And for that, we thank them. And for the question, we thank you. You are loved.
Thank you very much to both questions, or to our questioner, Nancy, and to Artif for his answer. I'm over here trying to multitask several windows, so sorry for the delay, guys. Okay, so looking. One of our callers, I see Vashta. I think you dropped off. So if you call back, I'll get you next in line. In the meantime, we also have our area code 408. Who do we have with us this evening?
Hello. My name is Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
I was on the last show, too. I don't know if you remember. I was tuning in,
I know. I remember that.
Great show.
Good to hear you again. Thank you.
Hi, Aridif.
Yes, greetings to you yet again, Anthony. It is always a pleasure.
My question was, lately, I've been noticing or paying attention more that I have been seeing, I tend to see it usually at night. I see like a purple, indigo-ish, like laser light. I don't know, it's very like transparent, I guess. And I see it a lot, but it only happens at night. And recently I've been seeing like things from the corner of my eyes. Like last night, late at night, I was like sitting in my front yard, and from the corner of my eye, it looked like someone had just walked by really quick. So I was wondering if you can kind of explain these things to me and where I'm at with my third eye with this.
Yes, first of all, what we can tell you is we congratulate you. Welcome to the fourth density. You are now starting to open the third eye to a greater degree. Therefore, you are bringing forward the aspects and attributes of the energetic properties of fourth density. All of you are in fourth density. You have been for at least 3 years in this now moment. But most of you have not opened up the energetic portions of yourself to allow yourself to experience it in full. This is how most of you who have in your mind awakened many years ago to the truth of your reality, the truth of your creatorship, are now starting to integrate the lighter parts of fourth density. The energetic color, the light beam that you are saying is dim and is only within night, that is an energetic property of an entity that is connected deeply with you for the last 2.5 weeks. There is another entity before that from the same race that was connecting to you for over 4 months. So as you are co-creating, there is a lineage of these entities. And as you are experiencing the sight with other entities walking by you, these are all one and the same. These two entities belong to a race from a star that is very funnily familiar to us as we express our own star system coming from Deneb. the people upon your planet thought it brilliant to name a star almost precisely to what our star was. Instead of the star Deneb, there is a Denebola, and Denebola is in your Leo system, or your Leo constellation. Denebola is a very interesting system, to say the least, where there are at least 12 races from third density above, and several hundred below third density. This specific race is a very small, interesting race. In your definement of the types or species of entities across the galaxy, you have not yet given them their own department. You all see avians, you even see canines or felines, you also see insectoids, reptilians, even amphibians and humanoid entities, but these entities do not have a format that is fitting. They are much as our race is. Our race is very human-looking, but the skin tone is different. They are less human-looking, with a skin tone that is also different. They are much smaller than even our race. When you are looking at the height, in a physical way, they are approximately 2½ foot. They are very large in width. Their arms are very large, even larger than human if you are looking at it per proportions. Then you express the concept of their own hair being very short and very precise within the distance between the basin of their skull and the bottom of their neck. And all of the entities in that race keep the same length of hair. Their skin tone is a very light purple. Their hair color is very dark, blue and red mixture. And as you perceive them, these entities are extremely interested now in what Earth is doing. They see consciousness that has been in full density for several years but not breaking through. Many races who come into the full density have a great head start. They are not in a system of resistance of yours, but there are many that are as resistant or more than yours. So now we look at Denebola. We look at it in the Leo constellation. The energy steps forward. In one moment we will connect you. Hi. Hello. We are with you. Denebola is with you. Very interesting to see all of the ways that you look and all of the ways you see us. You are very interesting to not know us. We have seen your people. We have seen your people go 1,000 years back, and we talk with them. There's masters in your eyes, masters who meditate and who know how to leave, and then they see us, and then they see us and know that we are there, and they write about us and see us and speak about us, but yet your world never sees us, and we say we are interested to know how you see us now. And you are very interesting with your technologies sharing. You are trying to find the secret in the crystal, and we know, and we share, and we are excited by sharing. Thank you, and thank you for seeing us. Thank you for knowing us. We thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, dear one. And Anthony, you're on the line too. Sorry I couldn't get to you sooner.
No worries. That was perfect, and I want to thank them with all my heart and all my essence.
We see your heart, we see your face, we see your life, and we continue to look, and you look at us. Continue to look at us. We say
thank you.
Bye and reconnect later. We are back without hesitation or delay. Once again, this is Aridif.
Thank you so much, Artif, and thank you, Anthony. That was amazing. And I apologize for the delay, guys, because I'm working with multiple. I've had to split up all of the everything's on a different tab, so hence the delay. Okay, now with that said, we have Vashta, who is back on the line, and I just got to find it because my computer screen, here we go, has enlarged, so I can't see who is who here. Let's see. Oh, there you are. I'm going to unmute your mic. Hello, Vashta.
Hello, I'm back without hesitation or delay.
Yes, you are, and so are we.
Hi, Aridif.
You are loved.
You are loved as well. I have a question for you, or rather a conundrum that I'm trying to resolve in myself. I have had a few entities connect with me strongly lately. As you know, one of them is Kaut, the other one is Axial from Orion, and then the Arcturians. And I feel like some of them would like to be channeled by me. And I feel tones bubbling up in me, melodies from Orion and Arcturus and fierce reptilian energy, but I need your guidance on this. I would like to channel, but I don't know which energy to focus on, and I wish to connect to them all. I'm very scattered, and I feel like I need a focus to know where to go so I can get further with this.
Yes, we understand the concept, and what we can share with you is this. You already are aware of how the feelings come when each entity is thought about. When you are making that connection, you understand what it feels as. And your moods can be very dependent on your mindset or thought process as well. The reason why you are getting pulled is because all three energies resonate. When you are in certain moods, some resonate more, and this is what we suggest you focus upon. When you are in your mood where the reptilian energy seems exceptionally exciting, then that is what we would suggest you focus upon. When you are working on your theoretical concepts of both science and heart, and working on the Arcturian energy is one that is very connected. When you are worried about throwing certain attributes of your emotions away and working strictly with the mentality, then you have found your Orion connection, and all three of these are equally valid within you. This is why you are having the conversation, that all three resonate to a degree that has allowed you to scatter yourself. What we suggest is, do not place great judgments upon yourself for not knowing which one to follow, by following the ones within your emotional complex that are more fitting of the energy that comes through in that moment. Working on your melodies, on sound vibration, you understand greatly the benefit of this. What we suggest is utilize more deeply the sound of your voice as you are moving through. Use your resonant tuning, use your toning, in order to play with these melodies more intimately. As you are connecting to the concept of the Arcturian entities, sound vibration can be very important in that connection. It is less so with that skill. It is also, perhaps in the middle, you have your reptilian energy as well. So all three of these have a role of importance when it comes to sound. If you are feeling specifically musical in one day, then bring forward the Arcturian energy if you are in the mood for the heart and mind combination. Work forward with this, but always place that excitement while you are moving through when the excitement is there. When your excitement is extremely elevated, even if it is only for a matter of moments, start using your vocalization. Play the melodies aloud with your voice. Enter the place of consciousness that allows you to connect with one of the three attributes, and then watch the bridge be connected more closely.
Thank you very much. This was very, very helpful.
Yes, it is always a great pleasure to speak to you, as you are already aware you are loved.
Same with you, Aridif. Thank you. Thank you, Kalina.
Thank you too,
Love
Vashta.
you.
I love you too. Yay, I'm so glad you were able to call in tonight.
Me too.
All right.
Yes, we can approximately cover 1 to 2 questions, pending on the time or the process of excitement with each entity who brings forward, and then we will disconnect.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aridif. And just to check in with you, do you have water over there?
Yes, we are well hydrated. Thank you.
Okay, good. I always have to check and make sure everything is good. Vashta, did your microphone mute? I still hear something in the background. Okay, perhaps that's the air in the other room that turned on. Okay, just had to check, try to make sure everything is clear as possible. Let's see, our next caller is the 312 area code. Who do we have with us this evening?
Hi, Kalina, it's Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
How's Chicago over there?
It's cool.
Good.
Anyway,
do you have a question?
I had a question for whoever, it doesn't matter. I had a couple of different questions, but I'm just going to leave it up to whatever comes through. I just wanted to know if anybody had any advice for me at this time, or if any entities had any information they wanted to communicate with me, and basically like reading my energy and like letting me know what I need to know at this time.
Yes, first of all, as you understand, in the majority of times, what we would suggest to you is for you to bring forward a question, therefore letting us know what portion of energy to look upon in a more deep fashion. But today is your lucky day. We believe the saying goes upon your planet. You have manifested a concept in where we already know where to go. Looking at your energy, you are receiving a great deal of information being brought forward directly from your higher fractalized consciousness. Your higher fractalized consciousness brings forward a value in your own understanding of these larger principles. When you are looking at the way that your soul is set up, when you are looking at the way that your lower fractal consciousness works with the higher fractal consciousness, what you are seeing is an elaborate playing of energy with one another. But the concept that we wish to share is a simplification of the process of which the entities that are connected to you, perhaps as you would see them, your guides, are desiring connection. When you look at your own guides, there are 6 entities in this moment that are deeply connected to you. But we wish to express what the mechanism of this working is in the most simplified version. Right now, you have 3 attributes within yourself. 2 attributes per consciousness allow these 6 to come forward. One aspect of yourself is highly excited, looking forward to the future of your own life, wondering if the future will hold bumpy roads. Those 2 entities come through from that energy. Because you desire to know more about what is within your future, what is within your near and far future, these 2 entities have the capability of connecting to you in that moment. They are very vested in the concept of what your future holds. They are very vested in the excitement that you have had in the recent past. 2 more of these entities come through on your second attribute, and that is the desire to understand the nature of relationships more deeply. You understand and have struggled with certain attributes of relationships for a time period. In that time period, as you are looking through both of those concepts, you receive answers, and sometimes they are small in your mind, sometimes they are large. When you find the small answers, you are content. When you find the large ones, it does one of 2 things to you. It either greatly excites and motivates you, or it makes you more fearful. Both of these entities contribute to both of those energies. Now, the third attribute of yourself, the main part of most humans that rears its head forward in any given moment. What is beyond? What is larger? What is bigger than I? How am I able to access what is greater and larger than I without going through certain channels that are more difficult for me to find answers through? And as both of these entities climb through those attributes of your consciousness, they tend to find both great excitement and fear. Now, this is the duality that humanity has chose. This is the part of you that understands that sometimes things are wonderful and sometimes they are not so wonderful. So as it boils down to get to the simple part that we were speaking of, what we can tell you is embrace both of those parts of you. The part of you that is unsure, the part of you that is scared, and the part of you that feels empowered and excited. Both of those parts are very important for you, Patrick. When you begin to question yourself, or your relationships, or your desire to know more, remind yourself it is very normal in the human experience. When you find yourself excited to learn more, feeling great love in your relationship, and feeling a great love in just understanding the concepts of how you receive energy, then understand it is very normal for the human experience. We always are sending great love to whoever is willing to accept it. You are there with your arms wide open, so let us express this to you. We also love you, and thank you.
Thank you so much. And I heard Teeny in the background. She must love you too, Patrick. And we love you very much. And Artif, it looks like we have time for one more question. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
We confer with you on this concept.
Wonderful. Well, let's see here. It looks like, this person's been waiting for a very long time. So we'll go the very next person in line, 520. Who do we have with us this evening?
Hi, this is Megan Holman. Hi, Kalina, and hi, Aridif. I thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you for calling in and listening to the show.
Yes, it is a great pleasure.
Thank you. My question is, Corey Good has introduced a lot of new information lately, and he talks about that we're headed into, our solar system is headed into a high-frequency cloud area, and Vashta recently talked about a new consciousness coming in, and he also talked about the founders and the sphere being alliance, sort of being guardians right now of our solar system. And I wondered if you could talk, Aridif, about verify any of that information, and also talk about how we might utilize these high frequencies in the most opportune way.
Yes, first of all, let us express to you, for your reality, both these things are becoming more true each day. You are placing more of an investment of your own energy into the beliefs that both of these are occurring, therefore they are. And as black and white as this sounds, this is how reality works. Because you have heard the concept of these highly energetic particleized clouds, then you have a great way to build this into your reality. And when you hear new guardian, and new energy, and new consciousness integrating to take over the watching or connecting of the parts of your reality together, then that becomes more true. Now let us express in our own perception, as we look forward, the way that ascension works is not necessarily a planet or a solar system going through energetic particleized clouds. What we can tell you is that ascensional energy works very simply. As you are looking at the galactic center, it brings forward a geometric pattern, an energy that is distributed throughout the galaxy equally. It is an energy that goes out like an elongated petal of your daisy flower with a sharp end and a very elongated, perhaps somewhat football-looking concept. It goes out from the center of the galaxy, it comes back, and it does this until it makes a full circle. After that, then it staggers, so every leaf from the flower of energy now is staggered. After that, it becomes staggered again, where it staggers so many times that it covers the entirety of the galaxy, and then it starts again. That is what we perceive, and we have expressed to all of the Earth collective consciousness as the central galactic collective consciousness. And as that is going through your galaxy, redistributing what most of you perceive as essential energy, upgraded energy, what we can tell you is that the physical manifestation of this is much different. The physical manifestation of the 10th density being that sits in the center of the galaxy is what most of you call the Galactic Council. It is a group of physical entities that come from throughout the galaxy that are type 1 in nature, who look out for the benefit of all. They try to redistribute their energy physically and energetically throughout the galactic consciousness. And in our perception, this is your system of what most of you think is a hierarchy of energy. Energy comes from the non-physical entity in the center of the galaxy, and it manifests outward into a group of very wise and ancient beings from your physical reality, the majority of them being fifth and sixth density beings, several thousand from different races across the galaxy, combining their collective consciousness in order to help manifest the spreading of love that is so vast and so vivid that any of you who tune into that Galactic Council energy may receive it in abundance. Through that connection, through type 1 consciousness, they are not using this energy to sway or persuade any one entity. They are not trying to fight battles of negative beings coming upon your planet ready to take over. They do not see you as a weak person. They do not see you as a weak collective consciousness. What they do, in our perception, is much more valuable than the type 2 entities that are physically protecting your planet do. What they are giving is a love that, if you are willing to accept, you can use this as a collective consciousness or individually to manifest your own desired co-creation within the galaxy. They have given enough love where if you place an investment upon avian entities that come into this galaxy to help save, or entities springing up in a non-physical way to help build the binds of your matrix or energetic and particle clouds that are accelerated by nature, then it will give you such an experience. Each one of you live in your own individual and separate realities, but yet you are co-creating a collective consciousness. The collective consciousness that we perceive has a variable, and the variable is reaching by new information that comes to you in different ways that allows you to take that as your basis of reality and build it into the way you desire. That in itself, in our perception, is the greatest creator within this collective galactic consciousness. For your own creation of your individual self and for the creation of your Earth collective consciousness, we give you thanks and we give you love. Thank you.
Thank you. Love to you.
Yes. It is a pleasure to have spoken with all of you in this evening. It is a pleasure to co-create with you all in this evening. It is a pleasure in our perception to take our own energy of love, distribute it in all of you who are willing to accept it, to use it to whatever degree you wish, to create your own manifestations of your desired reality. And if you decide to use this, we are very grateful. If you decide to ignore it, we are also very grateful. What we are most grateful for is your co-creation with us. Kalina, once again, you are loved.
Thank you so much, Aridif. You are loved as well. I love you. We love you. We also love Treb and all the beautiful beings that came forward to speak with us tonight. We have deep gratitude to all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, and we are grateful for your love as well. We wish to express to you that we will bid you adieu for this evening. Treb Bor Yit NE wishes to express that with all the things that have been spoken of in this evening, that he leaves all of you in love and light, and he will experience you all again. We bid you adieu.
Good night, Aridif. And I also want to give great thanks to Rob Gauthier as he comes back into our realm, because we definitely would not be able to experience this without you, sweetheart. So thank you so much for being willing to share your beautiful gift of connection with all of us. I know you say that everyone can learn to channel, but you are by far one of the strongest channelers I've ever known. And I'm very grateful that you take the time and the energy, even with everything that's going on, to share with us. Still, we deeply appreciate it.
Baby, you are wonderful, and you are one of my favorite channelers in the world, and I love you to death, and I am grateful to all the people out there who join the radio shows, who join our monthly webinars, who join our events, who join our Facebook pages. Even if all you've ever done is listen to the YouTube videos and made a comment or sent me a Facebook message, all of that, even if you never talk to me and you just appreciate the work we're doing, even if you don't watch or listen to it, all of that goes in really putting this work out there, and it's a part of the work. And that's why I see so many different people and the way they share information. Some people just don't really appreciate the people who support their work in the same way I do. And although I know it's two different things, and I respect their thoughts and ideas on what it is, for me it's like each person individually is just one little part to the bigger puzzle that is ET Whisper. And I know I'm a big part to that puzzle, and so are you, baby. But everybody who's listening, everybody who supports it, they're a piece of that puzzle, and I'm grateful for that.